Good morning, beautiful souls. How is everyone doing today? It is super early this morning, and as a wonderful surprise, I have the house to myself. So, my name is Meg. I am your hostess today here on Witchcraftin', and I have the house to myself. I just had to say that one more time. It's a rare event here. So, today I wanted to kind of do a goddess share. I work with several goddesses. I work with the Morrigan. I work with Goddess Lakshmi. I work with the Blessed Mother. And I also work with Isis. Now, here lately, Isis has been most prominent in my life. I can feel her presence really heavily. So I just wanted to tell you a little bit about her, maybe offer some tips on how to connect with her. So first of all, let's kind of back up, and I'm going to tell you a little story, sort of the mythology of Isis. So Isis is an Egyptian goddess. She is the goddess of rebirth. She is the goddess of, I consider her to be a goddess of love, because in her mythology it's always prevalent that love prevails. She has also been called the crone of death. She is the goddess of magic. And she is also the goddess of healing. Now, a long time ago, Isis was married to King Osiris. All was happy in the land of Egypt, until Osiris's brother Set became very jealous and enraged and just super envious over all of Osiris's accomplishments, how well fed the people in Egypt were, how happy they were. So Set, in his envy, decided to trick Osiris, and he decided to have a beautiful box made about the size of a coffin. And he had it decorated with beautiful precious stones and metals. He presented the box to Osiris, and Osiris, delighted with the gift, gets inside the box. So Set immediately nails the box shut and fills it with lead and flings it to the sea. Isis hears of this and is, of course, just consumed with grief and anger over her beloved's fate. So Isis starts to look all over the earth for her beloved's body, because she knows that his soul will not be at rest until he is given a proper burial. Her journey takes her far and wide, and eventually the king of, I think it's pronounced Byblos, the king of Byblos found the box with Osiris and presents it to Isis. Isis is overjoyed. She's happy. She has her beloved. She brings it back to Egypt, and she hides it in the River Nile. Now Set just happens to find this box and is furious. In his anger, he opens the box and dismembers Osiris into, I think it was 14 pieces. So then Isis again starts her search all over the earth to find the different pieces of her beloved. She finds all but one piece, and the piece that is missing is the phyllis. So Goddess Isis fashions one of her own out of gold and other precious metals. She shapeshifts into a falcon after collecting all the pieces of Osiris and making the phyllis. She shapeshifts into a falcon just long enough so they can create Horus, and he is a sun god. So, the moral of this story to me is that Isis, in this mythology, is that love prevails. Love wins every time. Now, that doesn't mean you're not going to encounter suffering and trials and tribulations, on this earth. but love will prevail in the end. So I love that story. I think it is absolutely beautiful. And it's one that I meditate on often. So how can you connect to the goddess Isis if you're interested? Well, I'm going to have 2 resources for you today. One of them is the Isis Oracle by Alana Fairchild. It is a beautiful oracle deck. And I can't remember if I have this on my channel or not. But I'm sure there are lots of reviews on YouTube about it. And in this oracle, Alana Fairchild offers healings, invocations, lots of different things to do to connect to the goddess Isis. The next thing I have, also by Alana Fairchild, is a book called The Magic of Isis. Let me try to get it so you can see. A book of powerful incantations and prayers. And the idea with this book is you just kind of thumb through it, and whichever page you're intuitively led to is the invocation or prayer that is meant for you to say at that time. And it is a beautiful book. Both of these resources I cannot praise enough. They are part of my, I wouldn't say daily, but for sure weekly devotion to the goddess Isis. So another way you could connect with the goddess Isis is a lapis lazuli stone. There's one right there. Some of her associations are, you could use sweet orange essential oil, cedar, flax, wheat. She's associated with all of those things. Corn, the lotus flower. Oh, and cinnamon. Yeah, cinnamon. You could use that to connect to the goddess Isis. And her colors are silver, black, cobalt blue, and green. And the animals that she's associated with would be the falcon, of course, since she shapeshifted into the falcon, so she could bring forth Horus to the world. The snake and the crab. Because I'm not sure if I mentioned in the story, but the crab ate Osiris's penis. So that is what happened to that. So here are just a few ways that you could connect with the goddess Isis if you're interested. If this video resonates with you and you would like to hear more, leave me a comment. I cannot state enough how much the goddess Isis, how thankful I am and blessed to have her in my life. She is a powerful, powerful goddess that, she's a mother goddess. So she is loving, and she's not a fierce, like as compared to the goddess Morgan. They're in night and day apart. But the goddess Isis is a very comforting, loving goddess, and that's the vibe that I get from her most often through my life. Not to say that she won't bring to your attention what needs to be addressed. For sure, she will do that. But anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed this. I hope you have a beautiful day, and I hope to see you back next week. Thank you for watching. Much love and many blessings.